Wait for it. All right. Let's do it. Morning, sunshine. How are we doing? Rob Stone disclaimers. Yes. Creepiest hashtag ever. Not really. It's not that creepy. Believe me. You should just be happy that you don't have any type of function on your phone that enables you to smell me. It only enables you to hear me and maybe see me, depending on the technology. All right, what's going on? Anything interesting, exciting, entertaining? Anything happened overnight that I missed? Anybody indicted or extradited? Lewandowski, pretty incredible day. 5 goals is one thing. In the, 9 minutes and 56 seconds, something like that, ridiculous. Should I go to class? Yeah, you should go to class. It will serve you. Maybe not as much as this, but still. The Diego Costa ban. I mean, I hate retro reffing. I hate it. We give referees the respect and the honor and the responsibility to go out there each and every day with the knowledge that they are people and that they will make decisions that we may disagree with. And I don't see where it ends. Now, it's one thing if it's something that everybody in the stadium missed and a camera caught, okay. But even when a referee makes a decision that you disagree with, or even when a referee makes a decision where there is no call, that is still a decision. And I think it should be respected. That's the way I feel. The assumption is that we give them respect. Well, yeah. Well, that's probably a naive assumption then. And if we're not going to, then let's just not have any human beings at all and take the whole human element out of it. In which case, it's a completely different game and not one that I necessarily want to see. Or maybe it's a completely different game that's incredibly interesting and exciting because of the technology. I don't know. This continues to evolve. Costa clearly was at fault. Yeah, I mean, as I've said before, there are no saints. They are all sinners. There is stuff that was done this weekend that you didn't see that was as bad and maybe even worse. Players are always trying to get an advantage. Players are always baiting, and there's different ways to bait. There's overt baiting. There's verbal. There's physical. There's baiting before the game. There's baiting during the game, and there's baiting after the game. And it's been done since the beginning of sports. And it will continue to be done in different ways. And players will evolve as the game evolves. Rate your love of Slurpees. Well, I love Slurpees. That's the rating. So like a 10 out of, if it's a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of love, then I love Slurpees at a 10. Yeah, I love them. I grew up on them. I think they are a wonderful nectar to be savored. And at least my world is better with Slurpees in it. So there you go. Let's see here. Other questions, comments, concern. Would video replay ruin soccer? Well, I mean, that's at times that has been a traditional type of opinion to have. I don't know. It depends how much, and it depends in which way. I mean, we are at in a new age, obviously, because of the technology that exists and what we can incorporate. And the game will change. It will look very different than the game that we played 100 years ago. However, and it's easy for old grumpy guys to say, oh, I wish it was like this. Well, the game has already changed, regardless if there's replay or not. And so it's all in the way that you use it. Who said that? It's in the way that you use it. That was Clapton, I think. Okay, so if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Alexi. I used to play soccer back in the 1900s, and now I talk about soccer here in the United States for Fox Sports on FS1. And we do this every day. We talk about soccer and life and everything in between. And while I recognize that it may be an egotistical and narcissistic type of endeavor to assume that anybody out there cares about anything I have to say, you just hit that button up there and you can go to a million other channels. But this is an extension of a broadcast, and I use it in that way as a more inward type of broadcast as opposed to the outward type of periscope that many people do, because the most important thing is me, and the most important thing on the screen is my face, and that's why we do that. But I do have ulterior motives. I learn a tremendous amount from these little conversations that we have, so thank you very much for participating and informing me. And then, like a comedian works in a little club, we take it to the big show, and oftentimes the stuff that we talk about here appears on my performances on television. So thank you for that. All right. Indictments. I always got to wake up and see if anybody's been indicted or extradited. Who would you start against Mexico? I gave my 11, what was it, a couple weeks ago. And it was in the vacuum of this being one game. This game for me is just about winning the game. It's not about the future. It's not about development. It's not about being proactive or progressive in the way that you go about it. It's about winning one game. And in that vacuum, my lineup would be Tim Howard, Fabian Johnson on one side, DeMarcus Beasley on the left back position, and in the middle, Omar Gonzalez and Matt Beasler for a consistency and an understanding when it comes to a back four. Then I would actually have Michael Bradley in front of the back four in a true traditional defensive midfield position, just staying centrally right there. In front of him, I would have Jermaine Jones and Clint Dempsey. On the right-hand side, I would have, who would I have? I think it was Yedlin, maybe. And on the left-hand side, Jassy Zardes, and then Altidore up top. I thought Howard and Guzan were equal. Yeah, if you're playing for the World Cup, the future of the World Cup, and doing the best in the World Cup in a couple of years, then Rose Bowl. The U.S. will have a better chance of winning against Mexico if Tim Howard starts the Rose Bowl. So there you go. All right. Any other questions or comments? Munich yesterday was crazy. Absolutely. 5 goals in 9 minutes and 56 seconds or whatever it was. The craziest thing I've ever seen. Or not, well, I mean, it was pretty much up there. We were having... Did I break up there? Sorry. If I did, I apologize. I will repeat myself. In the vacuum of just having to win this one game, then I start Tim Howard. The U.S. will have a better chance of winning the next World Cup if they start Brad Guzan. The U.S. will have a better chance of just winning this particular game if they start Tim Howard. So it's up to you how you want to approach it philosophically. I don't know. Or it's up to, what's it up to? It's up to Jurgen Klinsmann, ultimately, right? Anyway. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, so what we talk about, Diego Costa, will they win? I don't know. I think it's as 50-50 of a game as you can possibly imagine, just on pure talent. I believe that we will. Yeah, well, believing that you'll win is a start. And while the people around the game may believe it, the most important people in terms of that belief are the ones on the field. Is Andrew Farrell good enough for the U.S. men's national team? I'd like to see him brought in and see how he comports himself on and off the field in a national team setting, but should the USA call soccer football? No. You can call it soccer. It's okay. As I said before, it doesn't make you any less authentic. It doesn't make what you're saying any less relevant or valid. So it's okay to call it soccer. As a defender, how would you feel giving up 5 goals in such a short period? Yeah, it would suck. Especially since Wolfsburg played a really good first half. Obviously, they were winning. They could have been up 2-0 with Manuel Neuer's sweeper keeper type of move that we all know. And people scream and yell about Manuel Neuer. And the reality is that the good far outweighs the bad when you're talking about this. And he didn't invent sweeper, keeper, whatever you want to call it. And as if you're a back four, it enables you, not just a back four, but an entire team to press up so much higher with that understanding that your goalkeeper is going to be off his line. And yeah, you're going to, every once in a while, you're going to take a hit. Either it's a long distance shot because the goalkeeper is so far out, or a misplayed clearance or something like that. It happens. But I would rather, the long-term benefit of having a goalkeeper that plays off his line, I think, is so much more advantageous than a traditional type of goalkeeper, that I have no problem with it. And I will take those moments where he's caught out. So I got no problem. What's worse, playing football or soccer in a baseball field? Look, it doesn't matter. I mean, soccer, we all know, is one of those wonderful games that you can pretty much play anywhere. And people do. And that's one of the reasons for its popularity, is the ability to play in an alley, or in a living room, or on a baseball field, or pretty much anywhere. And that's something I dig about it. Okay, I think we're going to head out and see the rest of the world for the day. Hope you had a wonderful time, and have a great, what are we on? Wednesday. And be good to yourselves and others. And as always, size the day.